Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to today's video. Here, my month ahead forecast today. We're going to have a look at the possible weather in the British Isles in August. We're going to use the charts from the Beijing Climate Centre for this video. You can find the Beijing Climate Centre on my links page. Just click on the links tab at the bottom of this page. You'll go through to my links page. You'll see the link for the Beijing Climate Centre. Click on that and it'll take you to the Beijing Climate Centre. You'll be able to see these charts for yourself if you go there. Other thing I want to talk about is the advertising. There'll usually be a video ad overlaying my web videos at gavswebvids.com. Please play those video ads. You'll be supporting gavswebvids.com if you do that. So what I want to start off with is a recap of July, because the forecast for July wasn't particularly good. Now what we said in July, based on the charts of the Beijing Climate Centre, was that we was going to have a very average month. So this is the 500 millibar height anomaly chart for July, the 1st to the 30th of July, and it was going for pretty much average heights here at 500 millibars, so average pressure really across the country, indicated by these pale creamy colours here. That is indicating average pressure at 500 millibars. Temperature anomalies for the month, again very much average here. These pale creamy colours again very much indicating an average signal. This was masking a very cool wet start to July, and then a better second half. That came off to some degree, I think. That wasn't too bad. And again, precipitation anomalies here for the month, again with creamy colours indicating precipitation for the month around average. What the model was picking up on, and I think it was a reasonably good forecast, of that it was going to be a very cool wet first half and a drier warmer second half. Now what happened is that the drier warmer weather in the second half didn't come off to the degree that the model thought it would. So consequently the July ended up a very cool wet month really across many parts of the country, but we did get that little bit of an improvement in the second half of the month. It certainly wasn't as cool, it certainly wasn't as wet in the second half as it was in the first half, so the model was sort of on the right track. It's just that it didn't improve as much as the model thought it would in the second half of the month. So we can't really call this forecast a success. Anyway, going ahead into August, and this is the first prediction from the Beijing Climate Centre. Just to explain what the model is doing with this, what the Beijing Climate Centre is doing, this is the monthly forecast broken down into 10-day periods. So what we're looking at here is the 500 millibar height anomaly chart for the first 10-day period of August, which is the 1st to the 10th of August. So, as I say, this is the 500 millibar height anomaly prediction for the 1st to the 10th of August, and we can see that it's going for well below average heights here across much of the British Isles. That's indicating a big area of low pressure, big trough here around the British Isles. If I move this a bit further down, actually stretching into much of Central and Northern Europe as well. Lots of blocking up to the north of the country, around Greenland, Iceland, and the North Atlantic. So this is really the pattern that we've seen on and off through the summer. It's predicted that it will continue for the first 10 days of August at least. Then going out into the second period, which is the 11th to the 20th of August. This is the second 10-day period. Again, the 500 millibar height anomaly prediction is for below average heights here across most of Northern Europe, actually, British Isles included, but stretching up towards Iceland. Notice we've lost the above average heights here over Greenland. That's quite a switch around across Greenland. That's probably occurring because Greenland is starting to cool, and once the atmosphere starts to cool over Greenland, pressure tends to drop. But really the whole of northern and central and western Europe is under this below average area of height, so again low pressure is probably quite dominant into the middle of August. And then finally going into the third period for the 500 millibar prediction, and we can see that for the 20th to the 30th of August, so this is, as I said, the third 10-day period, the model is going for above average heights here across many parts of the British Isles and stretching out into the Atlantic as well. So that's indicated that as we get into the second half of August, and particularly the last week to 10 days, we may start to see high pressure coming on the scene. Now the model has predicted this for June and July, that the second half of the month would see an improvement in heights and consequently an improvement in temperature and pressure. It hasn't come off as much as the model thought it would, so we do have to be careful about taking this prediction for the second half of August, or for the final week to 10 days of August, too seriously. Temperature anomalies for the first 10-day period. So this again for the 1st to the 10th of August. The temperature anomaly is well below average here across the British Isles. It's going for a cool, very cool first 10 days of August, temperatures below average. The second 10-day period, the 11th to the 20th of August, again we see below average temperatures here forecast for the British Isles. Perhaps not quite to the extent of the first period, but nevertheless the signal here from the model is that for the 11th to the 20th of August temperatures will be below average. Remember, this is an anomaly, so it doesn't rule out a day or two of warm or even hot weather. This is an anomaly for a 10-day period. And then finally for the 10-day period from the 21st to the 30th of August, we see temperature anomalies for the 10-day period around average, still probably a signal there for below average temperature. So really the signal from the model is actually for quite a cool August. And for precipitation for the first 10 days, the 1st to the 10th, signal for well above average precipitation here across most of the British Isles, particularly centred to the south across England and Wales, but all parts probably seeing above average precipitation for the first 10 days of August. The middle period, the 11th to the 20th, again above average precipitation, and for the final period, the 21st to the 30th of August, precipitation coming back up more or less towards average, but still really a signal there, particularly for England and Wales, for above average precipitation in this final period of August. So averaging it all out for the month, this is the height anomaly prediction for August from the 1st to the 30th, and this signal, the prediction is for average to below average heights here across the British Isles. Not desperately below average, but certainly below average heights for signal for the British Isles for the month of August. Temperature anomalies for August, the 1st to the 30th, the temperature anomaly is below average, a cooler than average month here, quite substantially cooler than average actually for southern parts of the country, quite a cool month predicted indeed. And precipitation anomalies for the month of August, precipitation forecast to be above average. So this is going for a cool and a wet August across the British Isles, cooler than average and wetter than average, continuing really the pattern of the summer. Finally, having a look quickly at the CFS prediction for September, just to have a little hint, a little sneak peek at the possible prediction for September. This is CFS version 2. Again, you can find this model on my links page. The model's going for above average heights here across many parts of the British Isles, and particularly centred out to the north and west of the country actually. This isn't a particularly warm signal, it's September, so it's starting to cool down, but probably quite a dry signal if this came off. I'd say not particularly warm, but after a summer we've had, I'm sure many people would appreciate, certainly farmers who are doing the harvesting, would appreciate some dry weather in September. That's what the CFS model is going for there, with that height anomaly chart of high pressure centred to the west and the north of the country. Quite a cool but dry signal if that's right, but it's a long way off and we can't take it too seriously. So just to recap, the prediction for August is that the month is going to be cooler than average, it's going to be wetter than average. There may be an improvement late in the month, but really it's a cool, wet month coming up. That will put the seal on a desperately poor summer. That's it for now, thanks for watching.